sitting here for a long time. Because I remember seeing it years and years ago, and then good evening, or should I say good morning, guys. It's awfully late out here. It's about 3:30 in the morning. Got off work, so I found a shell. Actually, Matt found it, an 8-foot shell camper. It's in a 2013 Toyota Tundra. It seems like it might be pretty close, but it's the one that's got the toolboxes on the side and it's got the doors on the back and everything. But you've got to remove the tailgate and you've got to remove all the tailgate apparatus for it. So got this thing pulled off, got everything cleaned off the back. So hopefully this thing will fit properly, and I'll have an awesome shell camper that I've always wanted. So let's check it out in the morning. All right, so we went ahead and made the deal on this camper. Now I was talking this morning how we were getting ready to be prepared for it, but you could tell something isn't quite right, and I'm going to show you guys. All right, so I purchased this camper this morning, but the reason why we're here is because my old one, I was over here mowing, and obviously a little rock or something had broke the original window out of the original shell camper. So I've been wanting a like utility service kind of style shell camper. Well, this one fit the ticket perfectly, and the price range was really too good to be true. But usually these have been going for like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 used, and the problem I'm running into is this is an old truck, whether I want to believe it or not. 2002, it's 21 years old, so it's kind of hard to find one to fit this truck, unbelievably. So I bought one this morning off a different truck that the length, the width is perfect, but the very back of it got a little issue. But for the money, I couldn't pass it up. Let's check it out. So here it is. This is exactly what I've been wanting for this truck. And what it is, this thing came off a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Single cab, long bed, 8-foot bed. It's exactly almost the same dimensions, but this part right here is a little bit too wide. So we're gonna have to actually cut and modify on this thing. I mean, the doors work really nice, but there's a brace back here that we're going to have to remove, and I'm going to try to re-brace it. I've just got to take basically at that joint right there, cut it off, and then come up here and take that weld out and remove this piece. And then we're going to drill out those rivets, and this piece will come out, and then we can put our new piece in here. I'm thinking I'll make a little cut right there, and I'll re-bend this, and then the camper can slide the rest of the way up on the truck and take up this space, because it's exactly the perfect length. But this is what I've been wanting, is I want something I can put all my tools in, get all that stuff from behind the seat, and then also be able to camp in it, and then get rid of it, because my tailgate was falling apart anyways. And just to have these doors, I love these doors. And I mean, now I have a secure area to put tools, four-wheeler, dirt bike. Well, I don't think a dirt bike can fit in here, but, and then I'm going to try to put a rack on top so I can start hauling lumber and stuff for projects I need. But let's get started, and let's go ahead and start modifying this where we can try to get it to slip up on the truck. Because right now this doesn't use clamps. This thing actually fixes to the side of the bed and everything, so it'll be really secure. I am very happy with it though, and this is exactly what I've been wanting. So let's get this thing modified, and let's get it to where it'll fit on here properly. So I've got the rivets drilled out and I got this metal separated from that part. So it looks like all I have to do is I'm gonna make a mark right here to cut that off. And then I'm gonna come up here and cut that and take that little brace out. It's a shame because this brace, if it was just a few inches in, this would fit this truck perfectly. So my idea is to remove this, scoot it in, and then of course I'll be taking some of that off right there, but move it in, and then if I can find somebody who can weld aluminum, it'd be nice to weld that back in. But for right now, I've got to get, I thought about getting some flat stock and putting down here and just drilling it in there, and then using that for now until I figure it out, because I got to get this truck mobile, because I've got to also bolt this thing down to the bed sides, and it's got to be where it's going to sit to do that. So that's what I think we're up against. So we moved our brace in 1/2 inch. You see the clamps. I really need to weld that brace in, but I've got actually these little self-tapping screws on the outside and inside holding it on. And then we use clamps and a piece of metal to break that edge and get it to go around. So not too shabby, but it's shortened up 1/2 inch on this side. Did I mention it's hot out here? So we have it mounted on there. It didn't work exactly perfect. Let me take these off. I don't need the glasses right now. But it's on there. The doors are working. Problem is, and I'll show you, is the back of this thing. I'm sure my measurements weren't exactly perfect, but the bed is kind of bent up a little bit. But what the problem is it fits pretty good. It just needs to go up to the front about another 1/2 inch, and it's crooked. But I mean, it's almost there. So I'm gonna have a couple hands here. And I think I'll call on Mr. Matt and see if I can have him pop in with me and try to readjust this thing. But once we get it adjusted, then we can put our bolts in the corners and then bolt the back door frame to the bottom of the bed. Now I will say this truck isn't going to be the one where the camper's coming off all the time, because this dude's on there. But man, I am so happy with it. All right, so it's nighttime now. I'm over here paying a visit to Matt, and we've got this bad boy fully bolted down on the sides and the back. It was too much for me to handle, try to move it around, so I had to get some extra help to get it to, slide up in the truck. But we went and got it bolted here, got 3 bolts down the side. So now, and I didn't think about it, Matt reminded me that now I have 16 feet of storage area. I don't even know if I've got enough junk to put in this, but it's better to have too much and not enough. But what we're working on next is, which it happens, these little brackets and stuff, I might just try to rivet these on there, but if not, I've got all these little self-tappers we're going to try to use. So, but man, I'm pretty stoked. It looks good. Gonna be ready to do some, use this thing and make it a very pretty awesome utility rig. Yes, it is. All right. I'm gonna have to get some more stuff to put in here because I ain't gonna have enough. Yeah, they're wallered a little bit. No, it might work. Dude, I think this might hurt my chances of picking out cars and stuff with this camper on here.
Why is that?
Because instead of them rolling up wondering who it is, they're gonna probably think I'm there to shut their water off or something. You got a nut driver, a 8mm nut driver? 8mm? Yep. So far, the new ARE camper is working out great. We were able to haul the four-wheeler in the back, all of our gear, all the stuff we needed. Unfortunately, the little dirt bike won't fit all the way in there, so I had to use the rack on the back of the truck. But so far, this thing has made this trip so much more pleasurable, so much more enjoyable. Definitely worth the money and worth the time. So didn't get much video on this, but we got out, had some fun. It was a good time. All right, so here's some more cool stuff on the side of the road. Looks to be like a 71 or 72 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive 4-speed. It says 350 on it, but you can tell they had some type of something on the like tonneau cover or something for a camper. But my God, I'd love to have that. But this truck has been sitting here for a long time, because I remember seeing it years and years ago. And then here's a really cool like 76, 77 Suburban, and it's that Kumho tire sign would be pretty sweet too. But man, that's a pretty good looking little rig too. It'd be a good fixer upper. It's a little bashed up on the side, but man, I'd sure like to have that thing. And they've got some like dual saddle tanks on the side. But man, that's an awesome truck. 44 in the front. Man, oh man. Yeah, you can't beat that rig. But I don't imagine it's for sale, and I probably don't need any more projects. So. But what a nice truck though, that's so cool. All right guys, so good morning. We're going out here to the garage and gonna check out the truck and the camper. So far, this old truck and this old camper has turned out fantastic. I've wanted one of these forever, man. Open the door up here. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. I ended up taking between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch off each side to fit this truck really well. But we just got back from Disney, Oklahoma, up at Hogan's Off-Road Park. And the truck did absolutely great, man. This, what in the world? Oh, we done some mowing. The garage is a bit of a mess here, but yeah, so far this thing, having all this storage space, like I got extra tools. The shocks work really good on this. I got to reach in here and snag this phone charger. But yeah, it's really nice to be able to pull in and just leave it as is. But if you guys haven't got one of these little mini bikes, these things are the best thing ever, man. But yeah, it's just so neat. I can open this up. The four-wheeler's still back there, and it locks. I don't even have to unload it right now. Like, it's not on the top of the list. And then again, 16 foot of storage space. Doing little side jobs and odd jobs and everything is going to be a breeze. Plus, it looks really good on this truck. But yeah, I think that'll be the end of this video. Yeah, I've got a lot going on right now, so I've slowed up on my videoing. But yeah, the old truck looks good. It's very functional now. Gets the job done. I'm so happy with it. And who would have known that two totally different trucks would have been almost exactly the same on the bed. So if you guys like what's going on here, hit that subscribe, hit that like button. We're going to do some more adventuring. We're going to get a few more things done. Like I said, I got a bunch of little projects to do, and I'm trying to beat through this heat and get them done. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day.